Ain't no way they're letting this dude run a hotel. With Pokemon Legends ZA finally having a big gameplay trailer, I was actually very surprised that we're seeing footage of AZ already. Among the many characters and concepts shown off in the trailer, I'd say he is the most interesting. For one thing, the recent news has seemingly given us a definitive answer as to where on the timeline this game will take place. Given that we see AZ all cleaned up, happy, and reunited with Floette, we're probably at some point after the events of the original X and Y, basically making this a sequel. And dang, this is literally a glow up 3,000 years in the making. I love his new look, which is basically some new clothing and a bath, but it works as some cool visual storytelling. A lot of people were surprised to discover that AZ isn't just 9 feet tall and being a larger person with regular proportions. No, he's just got really long limbs. We're not exactly told why he is this tall, but we can assume it's tied to his exposure to the ultimate weapon, which also bestowed him with an extended lifespan. Kinda makes you realize just how horrific the whole process must have been. Anyway, this new outfit looks really nice, but I think he is in desperate need of a good tailor. Because of those long arms and legs, he has to extend the sleeves and pant legs so that they fit properly. In his original design, he got around this with leg warmers and sleeves to cover up, but honestly I like the choice to make the stitching on his clothing very obvious. While the concept of the outfit makes him look a little more put together, the patchwork to make everything fit resembles physical scars of a long history. Also, now the fact that AZ is very old is starting to set in with me. He keeps the brace on his left knee from the original look, so it tells me it's something he might actually need. The fact that he now also walks with a cane and his key art has him sitting down in a chair makes me think that wandering the earth for 3,000 years is starting to catch up with him. Honestly, he's sitting down in the art so that he can be properly scaled alongside normal characters, but I think it's a cool way to show both. I'm not saying that I theorize AZ could be dying or at least reaching the end of his extended life, mostly because we just have no idea how long he's meant to live after the incident, though I think there is something to be said about how we see him now. Curious that even though his hair is better kept, it still covers one of his eyes, the right eye to be exact. Literally every image of him remains consistent in this. In terms of literary significance, losing an eye could be a symbol of obtaining knowledge. I don't think that's exactly what's going on here. In the Pokemon Generations anime adaptation, when he cries tears of joy, we can see that the right eye still produces tears and probably functions, so I don't think he's missing it. Having it intentionally obscured more likely symbolizes being blind to something, I know, very revolutionary, but it made sense when he was still atoning for the atrocities he committed, which is why Floette left him. However, even now that they're together again, his eye is still covered. Maybe just an aesthetic choice, but it definitely served a purpose back then, so a bit odd to see it carried over into his redeemed design. Also, running a hotel is an interesting place to have him. As the former king of Kalos, he's now finally settled in the very city he reunited with his beloved Pokemon. It's kind of a cute idea for him to manage a hotel, because he spent so long moving from place to place, never truly feeling at home, but now he provides lodging for other people who might be on their own journeys. I think it's the perfect thematic end for his character. We still have very little information on how exactly the story will play out, and that's a good thing, but we do know that Hotel Z will serve as a main base of operations. The rival character works here, and AZ will probably serve something like a mentor role. In the lobby we can see a few chairs arranged in a circle, and one of them is literally the chair that AZ sits on, so maybe it'll be the place where we have our meetings at the end of the day like in Legends Arceus. There is definitely a lot to speculate about, though I'm not really sure how much it'll tie into AZ, as in we already thwarted the ultimate weapon in X and Y, and because the new story will be taking place only in Lumio City, I don't know how much direct guidance he'll be able to give based on things of his history. But he is someone who literally traveled the entire world and had thousands of years to gain knowledge, so honestly whatever he wants to tell us, I'm sat. Well, those were just some quick thoughts on AZ's new groove and some of the details we learned from the big Pokemon Day announcement. Let me know what you think in the comments. What will AZ contribute to the story of Legends ZA, and how do you feel about him making a return? Personally, he is one of my favorite Pokemon characters and I think he deserved it, so I'm happy to have him here. Anyway, I should be off to make my reservations at Hotel Z. Thank you to every channel member for your continued support, including the Great Gators, Young Ant, Sir Denchik, Trimland, Banjo Yay, Star, Indecisive Idiot, Hydro, Al Rome, Slimy Chris, Nothing Normal, Dylan's Potatoes, Fred, SP Jump, Micah, Gavin Eric, Alex with Shiny Hunts, DeAndre, GigaWiiU64, Justin Dows, Queued Up, Izzian, Tyler Hopper, Lockadox, KoiKoi13, Cemetery Hill, Cosmo Zero, Cheez-It62, GatorKid509, TF, Mathiclog947, Taijirai, Justin R, Phantom, and Quago. If you would like to support, see your name here, get access to emotes for comments, live streams, sometimes early videos, and our podcast I'm getting caught up on, you can become a channel member today. You can also follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky as well for more memes. Anyway, this is GatorX, and I'll catch you all later.
Hier zijn de coole nieuwe starter Pokémon. Nieuwe manieren om te battelen. En nieuwe legendarische Pokémon. Vang ze, train ze en ga spannende battles aan in een regio vol nieuwe evoluties. Het is tijd voor Pokémon X en Y. Voor Nintendo 3DS en de nieuwe Nintendo 2DS.